What's going on, man? It's your boy Hatter, FFL commissioner, with my boy Marken Michel. You know what I'm saying? What's going on with you, bro?
What's
Chilling?
going on, my guy? Yeah, man. Cool. You know how it go.
Hey, man. I had to put you on this mug, man. I was like, hey, this is my dude, man. Hey, we gotta talk a lot of things, man.
Yeah,
So I was like,
absolutely.
let me call you up, man. Ask you some questions and stuff like that, man. So it's gonna be a good time and stuff like that. But hey, man, what you doing nowadays, bro?
Just getting it in, man. Just grinding. You know what I'm saying? Staying focused and definitely trying to make the money do backflips with certain investments, but definitely
Definitely.
grinding, man. Staying in shape.
For sure. Hey, man. I
Mhm.
mean, I'm telling you, you played at Umass at from 2011 to 2015,
Yeah,
and that's an independent school, bro.
yeah.
So that means you playing a lot of different colleges, bro. I mean, it's you be playing the whole nation. The schedule will be all mixed up and stuff like that. So, how was that? Playing for a school like that, like an independent school. Take me through your college tenure.
Oh no, it was dope, man. Like you said, we get to play against all type of different schools, all the schools across the country, facing different types of talent. So it was definitely a dope experience, especially when you got a team full of guys that you're super close with. You go
Yeah,
to war with, and you get to enjoy those moments, man. So definitely facing up against different levels of talent, different little teams, and it don't hurt when you get to visit multiple different cities all across the country. So it was definitely a dope experience.
exactly. And I mean, if I remember right, you had three different coaches change. You had, I believe you had what's his name, Morris, and then you had Charlie, and then you had Whipple, right? So you
Yeah,
had you had three different coaches, bro. So
yeah.
how was that adjusting with like three different coaches, bro? And you're trying to get into the league, and you got three different coaches that's changing. I mean, that's tough, bro. That's not easy, right there, bro. So
Nah,
tell me about that.
yeah, absolutely. It was definitely rough, man. Like you said, we had three different coaches through the 4 years I was there. I had four different receiver coaches. So I had a different receiver coach every single year. So
Tell me,
it
right?
was rough, man, but I can definitely, obviously looking back on it, hindsight is 2020. I'm looking at it like based off of my professional career and things that happened to me as a professional athlete. It
Yeah.
prepared me for it. Having to learn different playbooks, being on the different teams that I've been on. I
Right.
think that experience in college helped me to prepare for that without me even knowing it. You know what I mean?
Definitely. And I mean, there's dudes, I mean, coming after you, right? Like, Tajay, and you got Andy Isabella and stuff like that. So I
Mhm.
mean, it was definitely, I feel like a great organization and stuff like that. And there's, obviously even before you, I believe like 1 year before you, you have Victor Cruz. So I
Mhm.
mean, definitely there was scouts, for that college and stuff like that. But how did UMass kind of build your foundation for the NFL? Like what type of stuff you learned over there while you were
Yeah.
there?
So Victor Cruz was actually a couple years before me, and me and
Okay,
Tajay came out the same year.
same year. Okay,
Yeah,
right.
me and Tajay came out the same year. But being there, man, I was I was fortunate enough to be around NFL caliber coaches. Like you said, Coach Whipple, he
Yeah,
he coached in the league. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So I've been around guys, and I was blessed enough to have the coaches that can help me develop my game and prepare
definitely.
me
And
for the.
Whipple, it was his second tenure, I believe, right?
Yeah. So he was
Okay,
there 2 years, and,
okay.
and and he was there before. Yeah,
Before that, okay,
yeah.
cool,
He
cool.
was there in '93, I think.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
what I was. That's what I remember. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. So being around coaches who have that NFL experience and they know what it takes to make it to the NFL or make it to the next level,
definitely.
it was definitely a blessing, and they helped develop my game.
For sure.
Yeah,
And speaking of that, man, let's not forget, bro. You Sony Michel's older brother, bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah,
a year older than him, bro. So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
people be sleeping on that, bro.
yeah.
People can't sleep on that. So
Mhm.
how you guys being 1 year apart, man? How did you guys help each other prove your game overall?
Uh,
Throughout all the years, man.
yeah, as brothers, bro, it's always going to be a friendly competition. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
for sure.
You gonna compete at everything you do, and it wasn't just football. It was everything that we did. We always found a way to add some competitive component to it.
Yeah,
So it was just always that, just always constantly pushing each other. It was never no no bad blood, no malice intent when we was competing. It was
yeah,
always just, bro, we just gonna get each other better. So it's definitely a blessing. And anybody who has a brother or a sister who plays a sport who is competitive in whatever field that they pursue, they
definitely.
can attest to the fact that having somebody there to push you, that's something you can't. That's priceless, man.
Exactly. I mean, especially, I mean, both of you guys, I'm sure were, helping each other out and making yourself look better
Mhm,
and improve your guys' game. And, you played for CFL and the NFL, right? What do you
mhm.
think the difference are? Do you think it's the game speed, or what do you think is the overall difference compared to, CFL and NFL from your perspective?
To be completely honest with you, man, I don't think it's this because both leagues got dogs. Let's don't get it twisted. Both leagues have
Oh, yeah,
dogs,
definitely.
but
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's the speed. The game's a little different for sure. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL, you got 4 downs. In the CFL, you got 3 downs.
Yep.
Obviously, we know that the CFL wide field is wider,
Right.
and
Right.
there's little details about the CFL that's a little bit different. But based off of what I've seen, that's like a drastic difference, man. Is I would say it's the trenches. You know what I'm saying? With the O line
Right.
and the D line,
Right.
these dudes like you got dudes on the D line in the NFL running 4 threes. Like, bro, that's crazy.
Exactly.
So I think the biggest difference to me that I've noticed is guys in the trenches. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Yeah.
No, that's what I was about to say because I mean, CFL from what I noticed, right? Everything is in contact. When it comes to receivers and the defensive backs, and then it's just the lines that kind of need help in CFL from what I noticed, like you were saying, because the ones in the NFL they're much quicker.
Mhm.
But other than
I,
that, it's not much. I think from a big difference, like you were saying.
yeah, and I wouldn't say they need help. It's just you would notice that you got like O linemen in the NFL who are like freakishly athletic. And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, how you that big and can move like that? Like it don't make no sense. So now,
Right.
but you have a couple guys that you'll see in the CFL that are like that. You know what I mean? That
Right. Right.
has that mobility and they can move and they can bend and all that. But in the NFL, bro, it's everywhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
It's
true.
definitely everywhere.
I definitely agree on that. And then, you played for the Eagles,
Mhm.
the Panthers, and the Commanders, right?
Yeah.
What do you think was the best uh like organization to you? Who do you think welcomed you more, or kind of like, hey man, you know what, man, Michelle,
Mhm.
you are a dude. You feel me? Like made you feel like home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, that's a that's a tough one because all of them, man, they all felt like home because everywhere I've ended up, I either ran into a familiar face or somebody that I knew previously.
Right.
So they really all felt like home, man. They all run their programs different, obviously. You know what I'm saying, with the different coaches and their different philosophies and perspectives on things. But I feel like for all of them, they are pretty much were very welcoming. You know what I'm saying? They
Gotcha.
all were very helpful. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Making sure that I understood, the ways of the land, the law of the land and stuff like that. But I don't really think it was one that really stuck out over the other because they all were just amazing places. And the thing is, I've heard a lot about a lot of other places in the league that aren't that welcoming. So I
Right.
guess I've been fortunate enough to end up in places that were super, super welcoming.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, let's talk about the last organization, the Commanders, right?
Yeah.
Who do you think right now,
hmm
with all the stuff that's going on,
hmm
put that aside, who do you think is the face of the franchise, in your opinion?
The face of the franchise.
If someone says Washington Commanders, what face comes to your head first? You think?
Okay, I might have to go with Scary Terry, man.
Yeah, that's it, man. I
Scary
was about to
Terry. Yeah.
say. I
I
say, hey, man, that's an easy answer right now. But
wouldn't say it's an easy answer because
hey,
Chase up there,
the Chase
but
definitely up there.
yeah, Chase is definitely up there. But I'm gonna have to say Scary Terry is
But
definitely.
you see, Terry came from a round in the draft, and the way he came up, sleeping on them boys, bro.
Hmm.
Telling you, he was sleeping on them boys. So he definitely Terry, man. He's
Yeah,
definitely the face of the franchise at the
yeah,
moment, from what I believe too.
yeah.
But hey, man, we gotta remember, man. You a Zoe, you
Oh yeah, all
Haitian.
day, all day.
Hey, you a Zoe, bro. You a Haitian, bro. That's in your blood, bro. So
Yeah, all day.
that you already know. I already know you got that dog in you, bro. So I mean, like, how you know did you ever get mentored by players, like previous players who were Haitian as well, like Pierre Garcon? You got JPP, you got DRC. Do you ever have communicated with them and stuff like that?
Not them in particular,
Gotcha.
but I've had the I've been blessed to run into a couple players in the league that were Haitian, and that kind of took me up under their wings and kind of just showed me the road, especially my rookie year when I was in Minnesota. I was dang, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now, but it was a couple guys in the locker room, man, that definitely extended their hand and showed love. So it's always love when you run into another Zoe on the field. It's always an instant connection, and it's always love, man. Yep.
Right. And I'm gonna ask you this last question, man. 3 words that describe your playing style.
My playing style, I feel like my playing style is quick,
For sure.
elusive, and I'm a dog, bro.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, that's why I brought you on this mug, man. I was like, hey, for real. And man, I forgot to ask you, man. Top 5 wide receivers. It doesn't have to be in order. It can be whatever. Top 5. Your top 5. It can be present, past, doesn't matter.
Ooh, top 5. Dang. I guess I think about the guys that I try to emulate as a kid growing up. Definitely Chad Johnson. Steve Smith.
Yep.
Anquan Bolden.
Oh, yes, sir.
I guess present right now, you gotta put Diggs in there. Diggs.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely.
How much is that? 3, 4?
That's 4 right there.
That's 4 right there?
Yeah.
Ooh. And I gotta say, as a kid, bro, I was a huge Percy Harvin fan.
Hey, Percy Harvin, man.
Yeah, I was.
Hey, I can see why you keep your dreads like him, though, man. I remember that joke, bro. I was like, hey, this boy pulling up with the Harvin dreads, man. I remember that.
Yeah, that boy
For
Percy,
sure.
Percy was dangerous, boy.
He was hella dangerous, man. I remember that.
For sure.
Hey, man. Hey, Marken, man. I really appreciate you, man. Taking your time coming up on here, man. You know what I'm saying? We're for sure. We're always gonna stay in contact. You know what I'm saying? But I say good luck to you and your future endeavors and wherever it will be for sure.
All day, man. I appreciate you having me, man.
For sure, man. All right, guys.
Yes, sir.
FFL, we out. Appreciate it.